Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm just going to give a really quick overview of what my experience has been like in my nursing degree, and especially because I'm taking an accelerated nursing degree. I just thought I'd share my experience with the rest of you guys in case you're wondering whether it's right for you. So I'm just obviously going to say that my experience in this degree has been during a pandemic, so obviously things are going to be a little bit different than if they were to be just in normal times. So yeah, I'm still in my degree. I'm almost done and I should be graduating in December, so another like 6 months probably, hopefully. To start, my background, I have a previous degree in psychology, neuroscience, and behavior, and during that degree I really loved learning about the brain, so I wanted to do something with the brain, and then I realized that degree is kind of more for research, not really for clinical. So I was like, what can I do now? Like, I don't really want to do research. So I decided to do an accelerated nursing degree. I feel like when you're really good at science in high school, everyone's like, oh my god, med school, med school, med school. And especially like my previous school was a huge school for medicine. And I kind of realized, A, I don't think that I am smart enough for med school, like my grades at least. And B, I like the idea of nursing because it's so patient-centered. Being a doctor, I'm sure, is amazing, but the more that I learn about it, the more the doctor is kind of really focused on treating the disease and then moving on to the next, where nursing is really, really person-centered, and like you don't just consider their disease, but you consider the person in the context of their own life and how you can improve not only their disease, but like their well-being, and it's way more person-centered, and I really, really like that a lot better than solely looking at somebody and just being like, oh, you have this disease, and here's your medication, here's a surgery, bye. So yeah, anyway, decided nursing maybe was the route for me. At this point, I was about 21, I think, and I originally tried to apply to some college nursing, and then I got in, but then I realized I might as well just finish my degree. I've already put in like almost 4 years of it, so finished that degree, and then I decided I was going to do an accelerated nursing degree. So basically, an accelerated nursing degree is doing your Bachelor of Science in Nursing in about 2 years instead of the usual 4. Now, since I already have an undergraduate degree, it was nice because I was like 21, 22. I really don't want to do the whole university 4-year thing again. So you can get it in 2.5 years. So most people in the program have some school behind them. Like, I think you need to have like at least 2 years of university and like a certain amount of credits to go into the accelerated nursing. So some people do a degree. A lot of people do their degree in like biochem or kinesiology because you're still kind of learning about the body, and some people switch into nursing or complete their degree first. All right, so the degree basically is the exact same as a 4-year course, but it's compressed into the 2.5 years. So my experience with it, as I said, it's been in a pandemic, so everything's kind of been all over the place. But first year, usually you learn the basics. You take your anatomy, your physiology, you do your community-based placement. You learn lots of theory, lots of intro to nursing. After first year, you can legally work as a PSW. So that's nice. You get to practice some of your skills and you get paid. Second year is a lot of community-based health. Also, mine was online. You have labs throughout the semester and you learn a lot of the nursing skills, like a lot of like activities of daily living. So bathing, feeding, washing, shaving, changing, that kind of stuff. Third year, which I just finished, is more about acute and chronic diseases. So I did my placement in a cardiology unit in the hospital, and that was really cool. We got to learn stuff like medication administration, putting in catheters, doing wound changes, stuff like that. I feel, in my opinion, that was the stuff I really liked learning a lot more than maybe first and second year. Fourth year, in the accelerated nursing degree, is our pre-consul and our consolidation. So basically, it's the last 2 semesters of school and you're just doing a clinical placement. You're not doing classes, you're not doing labs, I don't think. It's literally just your clinical placement. So I'm really excited for that. Basically, you can put like your preferences and then they'll try to place you at those hospitals. So for example, my school is kind of, in my opinion, in the middle of nowhere. So I try to pick my placements closer to where I'm living because I'm not living in the same city as my school is because things have been online, which has kind of been nice because I didn't have to live there. So when you get into your 4th year, you want to pick a specialty that like interests you, that you think maybe you want to work in when you're done and you get your license and everything. But I know certain specialties like I think like labor and delivery and like NICU and stuff like that, and like children's hospitals, they're really picky with who they select, and it's very competitive, so you want to have a high average, and usually you have to do like interviews and supplemental essays and stuff like that. Now I'm going to go into my likes and my dislikes about the program. So what I really liked about it was, obviously, because I already have a degree, sometimes when you do your degree, you're like, I don't even know if I like this anymore, like what am I going to do with it? It's really stressful. So I liked having the opportunity to do a whole nother degree and not have to take 4 years up of my young adult life of it. So that was really nice. However, I thought because I already had a degree, I'm a seasoned university student, that this would be easy for me. And I'm like, you know what, you're 20, 21, 22, you can do it, like, you know how to do university, it'll be easy. No, I was wrong. So nursing school, just in general, I think is very, very content heavy. Like, there's tons of stuff. A normal week, you have classes, so you have your 5 classes. You have seminars, which are usually mandatory that you have to go to, that supplement the classes. You have labs, and then you have clinical placement, which is either 1 or 2 days of the week. So realistically, you have 3 days to do classes, homework, study, 2 days of clinical placement, which are very tiring. You don't want to do work after that. And it's just so much responsibility and so many like little things to always remember. This is due discussion posts. Oh my gosh, there's so much group work and so many group assignments, and if you don't like working in groups, well, you're gonna have to learn, because nursing school is full of group work. Another thing I liked about it was working. So like I just said, it's been really busy this past semester. I haven't really gotten to work as much as I would like to because it's literally just so busy. But last semester I only took 3 classes, so I was able to work full time, so that was really nice. Because I already had a lot of the credits that were necessary, I only had to take like 3 classes a semester. So yeah, that was really good. I was able to work with that. And like I've said in previous videos, I worked as a PSW after first year, and honestly, it's a great opportunity. Like, you get paid really well for being a student, and you get to learn those skills and get paid. So that was really nice. I think also you can work as a clinical extern at hospitals as a nursing student. I haven't got to do that yet, but I applied to some jobs. Hopefully I get one, because I feel like it's really good experience, and if the hospital really likes you, they're more inclined to hire you when you do become a nurse. So that's really good. Basically, clinical extern jobs are kind of like, you're kind of doing like a little bit of PSW stuff, but you're working in hospitals. So okay, so another thing that I liked or didn't like. In this nursing degree, pretty much every semester you have to take a nursing theory class, and this is just from my experience. Other people may disagree with me, but I have noticed that my least favorite classes were nursing theory classes. So some of these classes are like, they try to incorporate theory with nursing and how you can implement it into your care. So classes like nurse as a leader and an advocate, classes that are like relational perspectives and theoretical perspectives, where they try to tie in different change theories and things with nursing practice, and personally I very much did not like them. They were like my lowest marks each semester, and I just think that there are a lot more beneficial things that maybe I could have spent my time on that would have helped me as a nurse rather than that. Like, I do understand it's important to learn maybe that aspect of nursing, but I don't think that it was necessary to have a theory course every single semester when we only had 1 pharmacology course all my entire degree and 1 pathophysiology course my entire degree. Now, when I think about what's going to help me more in a hospital if someone is literally dying, my medication and pathophysiology skills or my nursing theory skills, probably my patho skills and my pharma skills. And I just think that I would have liked to have had a more thorough teaching of pharmacology and pathophysiology rather than just having 1 class. Okay, now moving on to some of my recommendations for if you guys are thinking about doing an accelerated nursing degree or even just a nursing degree in general. If you can, take the credits beforehand that you need. So if you're in a program and you're thinking about switching over, try to take some of the classes that are required in nursing so that it makes your course load so much easier. For example, if you have the opportunity to take anatomy and physiology, 100% take that beforehand. It will save you a lot of trouble. If you can take like biochem or stats or any of those classes during your current degree, then definitely take those. And I know sometimes it's hard to take classes from different programs when you're in school because they give those seats to students who are in that program. But I know schools like the University of Toronto, they have like a whole online department of just classes you can take solely online when you're at like a different university. So I did that with my anatomy and physiology, I think. Yeah, and it was good. Like, it was taught all online. It was really good. I think it was like $1,300, which is a little more expensive, but I liked it, and it definitely saved me a lot of hassle during my degree. Moving on, and I know I've said this in my previous videos, but YouTube is your best friend, literally, for anything in nursing and just medicine, because obviously it's so universal because we're all being taught the same thing. There are so many helpful YouTube videos that I've seen that are really, really good. So one that I watch all the time it's from Simple Nursing, and I think it's like Nurse Mike, and he's like really cool. He does a lot of stuff to help you remember and like a lot of memory tricks, and he explains things really well. So you can watch these videos for like nursing care for diseases, patho for the diseases, like nursing diagnosis, like so many good videos on YouTube. If you're unsure about something that was presented in class, like YouTube is great for that, even just for studying. Like if I'm feeling really lazy and I'm trying to study for like a patho quiz or something, then I'll just like throw on some YouTube videos and not have to actually read but just watch it. So yeah, It's really good. Moving on to Quizlets. So Quizlet is literally your best friend, I'm telling you. If you don't know what Quizlet is, it's this website where you can put in terms and like test yourself kind of with it. But a lot of people use Quizlet to study, and like a lot of people's Quizlets are open so you can see them. And what we've noticed in our nursing program is that a lot of profs use test bank questions from like the big textbooks that they use. Like Elsevier is a huge one, and I guess Elsevier has a bunch of like test bank questions that teachers use on their tests and their midterms and stuff. And we have noticed that there are a lot of profs that use these test banks, and these test banks are being used by students to make Quizlets to study. So if you study the test banks, then chances are some of the questions are going to be on a midterm or an exam. For example, I literally just wrote an exam yesterday, and a bunch of my classmates and I found test bank questions for the content, and I would say at least half the questions that were on the exam were in the test bank. So that was really helpful. And not even just for test banks, but if you want to test yourself on the knowledge, it's obviously a good way to see your understanding of the content and to test yourself so you can do better on exams. And lastly are these Nurse IQ cards. Alright, so these cards, I use them with my badge for school, and basically they're these Nurse IQ cards that I bought from this lady. I think her Instagram is, I'll put it in the description below, but she has these really helpful cards, like head to toe assessments. Like, to be honest, like at first I was so bad with head to toe assessments, I was like, am I missing anything? So it literally says like each one to go through. I don't know if you can see it that well. She has packs of like, I think like 20 of them or something, but I picked the ones that I would use the most. Basically like head to toe assessments, it has like fluid and anecdotes, nursing basics like vital signs and heart sounds, like really helpful. So definitely get those. I've used them so many times during my clinical placement, and a lot of other nursing students I've seen had these as well, and they're really helpful. So all in all, this experience, I would say, of my nursing school during a pandemic has been a lot more challenging than I had originally thought that it would be. I'm happy that I've done it, and I'm happy that I'm almost done, but I truly am feeling like very just excited to be finished this chapter of my life. Like, being a student, I'm kind of over it. I want to work as a nurse, I want to practice as a nurse, like I want to be a nurse now, but I know that I'm so close to the end. So let me know how your experience of nursing school has been, or if you took an accelerated program. Leave a comment below, and thank you so much for watching my video.